Hello basketball players, my name is Basketball Coach Allen, and today I'm going to talk to you about the high post and basically how to play the high post. Now, if you're a Raptors fan like I obviously am, then you've seen Marc Gasol play for the Raptors last season, at least the last half of last season, and he put on a clinic in the high post. So basically, number one that you want to do in the high post is look for a pass. This can be a great scoring position. However, especially against the zone defense, this is a great way to get assists and get your teammates scoring like crazy. So number one, you're going to be most likely popping up to the high post. You're going to receive a pass. The first thing I want you to do is to turn with the ball above your head. That way you can see players who are cutting along the baseline. The reason for this is especially against like a 2-3 zone or even a 3-2 zone, a post player most likely is going to come up and contest you, especially against the 2-3 zone where you've got a player in the middle. He's going to be trying to take away any passing lanes, and he's going to be also trying to take away your shot. So, as the high post player, by pulling up that player in the middle, you're now creating a situation where the wing player out here now needs to protect the key. So, one of two things can happen. You can pass out to the wing for an open three-point shot, or if there's a player out there and this player is trying to stretch out and go out towards that player to take away that shot, you may have another player cutting down from the free throw line extended, or he may be faster than that wing defender and you can just bounce pass it down to him for an easy layup or an easy dunk at the older age groups. So number one, in the high post, you get that ball, you turn, and you're looking for options to pass to. This is a great area to be in if you're a passing center. Next is scoring moves. So a couple of different scoring moves that you can do from the high post are pretty similar to the same moves you would do from the mid post as well as the low post. So you can get that ball, and now you have one more option to your advantage when it comes to fakes. So before you had the drive fake, you had the shot fake, but now you have the pass fake because you're farther away from the net. So when you get that ball, you can do one of those three fakes. If your defender has now taken a step off of you, you can drive in the opposite direction than he went. So for example, if you get this ball and you fake a pass over there, and as a defender, he goes like this, he's now created himself for yourself an open driving lane. So you can make that pass or that pass fake, and then you can drive right down the middle of the lane, and you're not going to be contested, especially against the 2-3 zone. Now, if it's against the man-to-man defense, you're going to be now having the option for when you're driving, you might have a help defender come out. Now, if he's actually a serious threat to block your shot or take a charge on you, then what I want you to do is, when you do that drive, one or two dribbles, land on both feet, especially if he's trying to cut you off, and make that pass out. The reason why a lot of centers and a lot of forwards get charge calls against them in the low post or in that key is because when they make that pass out, they're in the air trying to pass it out. And if you're in the air trying to pass it out and you run into that player who's trying to take a charge on you, it's going to be a charge. Now you've given up a wide open shot and it's a foul on you. You now have one more foul closer to sitting on the bench, things like that. So when you drive down the middle of the key and somebody's trying to take a charge, land in front of them and then pass it out. Land on both feet. That way you have both pivot feet. I've talked about pivot feet before in a previous video, so go check that out as well on my channel. I've got over 2,000 videos on my channel. Now, if you know that your defender is a bit slower than you, so let's say you're playing man-to-man defense or you're playing against the 2-3 zone and you know this middle guy or your defender is slower than you. So you're sprinting up to the elbow, you get that ball. If you know that you can shoot right away, this is another move that you should practice, and I personally practiced a ton when I was in high school. So, spin the ball to yourself, run up, pivot, get squared towards the rim, and take that shot. Now, it's a really windy day today, so I'm not going to make that shot. And I hope that the wind hasn't been affecting my mic, which it probably has, right? And it probably is right now because it's really windy. But these are some of the moves that you can do in the high post and some of the tips that I can give you. So if you do get up to the elbow or up to the free throw line, definitely number one, look for that pass, players who are cutting, because by being in the high post, you're pulling a defender away from the baseline. And because of that, especially against the zone defense, you're going to be opening up cutting lanes and passing lanes for those players along the wings who are cutting baseline. I hope that this video has helped you. I hope that this video helps you get more assists and more points in your next game. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another twice a day basketball video.